Shalom. Before I get started, I want to start by saying Call Halayim by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Kwakwadash. Double honors to my apostle elders of great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect out there laboring on and believing in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Kwakwadash. To USA Shalom. This is the brother Amon from the GMS Charlotte camp coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Kwakwadash. In this lesson, I'm entitled You will destroy yourself trying to save yourself, okay? Because trying to save yourself in this on this side ultimately will cause you to go against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because this devil, who is a so-called white man according to the scriptures, his biblical nationality being Esau Edom, he is trying to force your hand to make you go against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua's will. And he's going to do that by putting you pretty much in a dire situation, to pretty much where if you want to continue to live the life that you are so accustomed to, you will have to ultimately forsake Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and worship him. And that will come in the form of you bowing down and worshiping his beast system, and ultimately getting a RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast that speaks about in Revelation 13 and 16. You will get a chip in your inside of your body and will make yourself a perpetual slave unto Esau. All right. Now, as we know, society is rapidly approaching to this time which is known as the hour of temptation. All right. So what we're seeing is him slowly, making his way towards that by, slowly transitioning this society to that standard that he once set, which is starting, with this whole C-19 virus, which has pretty much, changed the way the world has been accustomed to, man. All right, and as we continue to see, the whole mask mandate, we will see it transfer from a mask mandate to a vaccine mandate, ultimately to a mark of the beast or RFID chip mandate. And if you don't bow to Esau's demands, you will be ostracized, and ultimately, you know, he will come after you if you don't bend to his whim, and he's going to make it impossibly, he's going to make it impossible for you to pretty much live comfortably in this life. All right, because as we continue to get closer to this, pretty much the hour of temptation, he is stripping away from your constitutional rights, showing you that you people are not free. He's slowly taking everything away, and he has legislation in place to pretty much come and strip you bare, if need be, to make you submit. All right. Now, like I taught the lesson, if you are trying to save yourself, ultimately you will have to submit unto Esau and forsake Yahweh Shema Shai, which ultimately is damning your soul, to destruction. All right. So we understand that serving Yahweh Shema Shai is going to cause us to be tempted, because wickedness is all throughout this world, and for you to serve a righteous lifestyle, you are constantly being tempted to sin against Yahweh Shema Shai. Now I'm going to begin here in the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. All right, so when we come in to serve Yahweh Shema Shai in a wicked world, we are constantly going to be tempted by wickedness. Okay? It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Right? Because you have to let Yahweh Shema Shai, do his work to deliver you out of certain situations, but you have to set your heart right, which means get your mind right, you know. put your belief and your faith all the way in Yahweh Shemel Shai. You can't waver. You can't doubt, because Yahweh Shemel Shai is testing our faith to see if we are worthy to be saved, man. So every situation that you get put in this life is a trying of your faith, man. All right. So it says to constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. Now, when things really get bad out here, man, you're gonna see these people scrambling to try to, remedy the situation, which is ultimately gonna be them to bend to Esau's demands and pretty much do whatever he tells you to do, which is either gonna take that, which is gonna be both actually, take that Maxine and then to take that RFID chip, because the society that we are seeing fastly approaching is what Esau is calling a techno. I always messed the word up. So like he pretty much wants to make this world a giant supercomputer. You know, Salakia for not knowing how to pronounce the actual word. It's like technocracy or something like that. But anyways, he wants to make this society into a supercomputer to where they are transitioning to make everything biometric, to make everything linked to that RFID chip. That's why you're starting to see, self-driving cars more and more, smart homes, everything's smart. Everything is pretty much being connected to the internet. That's why you're seeing Esau roll out with this 5G, and I'm hearing they're making a 6G, but this is all to prepare for that mark of the beast, man. And so these people that don't want to, pretty much go with what Esau is, trying to do, which ultimately us, the prophets. All right, we will be ostracized. We will be stripped of every right that we have here to make us submit to Esau, man. But the Lord is gonna make a way for us to get out of that situation, man. But we have to endure and not try to save ourselves, man, because ultimately this is Yahweh Shemal Shah's movie, and He's gonna save us on His time, man. You can't make haste to try to ease your discomfort. All right. It says, "Cleave unto Him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy end, at the last end." Cleave unto Him. Let's get this word cleave. It's like it. Old English. All right. The word cleave. It says to adhere, cling, stick. All right. Just to further go into it. To stick, adhere means to stick fast to a surface or substance. To believe in and follow the practices of. All right. So the Lord told us to cleave unto Him, to believe and follow the practices of, to stick to Him, to follow Him, and depart not away. All right. Don't waver from Yahweh Shemal Shah, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So if you stand firm to Yahweh Shemal Shah, all right, and not pretty much get weak. All right, He will increase you in your latter end. All right, He's not gonna leave you out to dry when our hell is breaking loose, and it looks like you have no way out. That's the lesson that I just went into. Matter of fact, about not diminishing the Lord's power, because the Lord thrives in moments of impossibility, man. All right, that's why he's known as the Most High, Yahweh. He exists. All right. So he's gonna come through for you, but you have to have that faith that no matter how bad it looks, that He's gonna take care of you, man. All right, but the people in the world don't have that faith, so they are gonna try to save themselves because they don't think Yahweh Shemal Shah is gonna come through for them. This will leads me to this, Matthew 16:25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. It says, so whosoever will lose his life, or it's like it will save his life, shall lose it. Why is that? Because it's not in the Most High's will to save yourself, man. Because ultimately, this is not a situation that you can deliver yourself out of, man. All right, because it is written through prophecy that these things are to happen, and it is up to the Lord who makes it and who's not gonna make it, man. But you have to have that faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai if you are put in that situation, that the Lord will deliver you out of that, man. All right, that's why the scriptures tell you, you know, pretty much roughly paraphrasing that, be faithful unto death, or strive for the truth unto death, man. All right, and the Lord will reward you with a crown of life, man. All right, it says, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it, which is going to what I just said, man. If you will give your life to Yahweh Shem Shai, you will be rewarded with a crown of life, man. You will be given everlasting life, man, because it's an honorable thing to die for the sake of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, but for the ones that don't want to that don't want to do that and want to try to save themselves, it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what shall that man give in exchange for his soul? Now, we normally go into this about, sellouts, but ultimately, you know, people have different visions of them gaining the world. Now, you saving yourself that you may live to see another day, that is a version of you gaining the whole world, but at that price, you losing your own soul, which is you ultimately getting that Maxine and then getting that chip. All right, you are losing your own soul because you are hereby saying that you are bound down to Esau and that he is your God at that point, man. All right, it says that what shall that man give in exchange for his soul? What you gonna do when Yahweh Hashem it's like when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is coming to deliver, the souls of the elect, and he comes to you and you giving your soul over to Esau, man. What you gonna pay him, man? All right, that's why the Lord's going to destroy men that do that, man. Because you ultimately didn't have faith that the Lord could deliver you in that situation, man. Okay? So you trying to prolong your life is ultimately going to damn you in the long run, man. All right? 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 26. For though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet shall I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. So you try to do whatever it is that you can do to try to wiggle out of that judgment, that the Lord is putting in front of you, whether you being tortured or at the risk of trying to save your family or trying to save yourself. All right, it says that you're not going to escape the hand of the Lord, neither alive or dead. And why is that? Because the Lord is still going to require a payment out of you at the end of the day. Why? Because we all have to go to the judgment seat of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right. So at the end of the day, it's like we have to always keep that in mind. Okay. 2 Corinthians 5:10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach Yahushua, that every one may receive the things done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. So whether you get out of that situation or you have to die, all right, you are still gonna have to come in front of the judgment seat and receive judgment for the action that you've done in this flesh, man. So it makes no sense for you to go ahead and get weak and sell your soul for another temporary moment of life, man. Because just of that moment that wiggled your way out of that judgment, the Lord could have another waiting for you, and you die right on the spot, man. And a good example of that is when you watch that movie series known as Final Destination, man. All right, that's what those type of movies are all about. People escaping death at that moment, only to be judged another way, man. So you can't think that the Lord, who's the one that's controlling all this, by the way, but you can't think that he's gonna let you get away scot free. No, man. You got to pay up at the end of the day, man. All right. So why put yourself through that, man? Just you know continue to suffer for the Lord's sake, and you will be rewarded for that, man. All right, you can't allow fear, be the dictator of you, pretty much selling your soul, or pretty much damning yourself, man. Because at the end of the day, we fear the Lord more than we fear men. So these devils can do whatever the hell they want with us. Because at the end of the day, man, all right, we have the victory. Whether we, have to die for this truth, we still have the victory because the Lord gonna raise us up, just like how He raised up Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. So, all right, hey, most of you people's fear is misplaced because this devil can only do so much to you. All right. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Right. So it says, fear them not which kill the body. Because once Esau, kills you and your spirit leaves its flesh, that's it. He could do no more to you. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the one that created your soul and gave you his body, all right, he can torture you in many different ways. And ultimately, if he wanted, man, he could pretty much do away with your spirit, man, and make you cease to exist, man, if he so chooses. So at the end of the day, who has the more power, man? Who should you fear more? And that answer is simple, man. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, man. Because hey, the Lord He is to be feared, man. Because like I said, man, He's the one that created your spirit. He's the one that created your body, man. Hell, He created this damn devil, man. So you think that we're gonna be more afraid of the creation more than the creator? All right. But like I said, this is wisdom that is not given unto the majority of the world, man. Only to a select few. Because the majority of the world, they looks at Esau as as he is the Most High, man. So they fear him more than they fear God, man. Because what Esau says, they run by it, man. They go run and do it. But how about Shemal Shah? The things that he say, our people, they disregard and look at it as nothing, man. All right. So like I said, man, that fear is gravely misput, man. All right. So whenever we are put in these situations, these temptations, we always have to think back to the common denominator, which is what is most important when it comes to figuring out how to get yourself out of these situations. And the answer is this. So Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So always got to keep this in mind at the end of the day, because like I said, man, the Lord is constantly judging you. All right. He's constantly trying your faith to see how you will do. And the whole world is about to be tried on a grand scale when that hour of temptation comes, man. You see who really has their faith in Yahweh Shemal Shah, because when Esau makes that chip mandatory, all bets are off. And if you don't want to comply to his demands, man, all right, you will be target number one, whether it's to be put, in a concentration camp, whether it's to be living like a pilgrim on the earth, because you ain't gonna be able to be integrated into society, or ultimately you will be faced with the penalty of death, man. But with all these things going into play, man, you have to remember the fear of the Lord, because the fear of the Lord is what's gonna get you delivered during that time, man. All right. So who is to be feared more? Because the Lord said that through every judgment, it's like through every work, He will bring into judgment, and with every secret thing, whether it be good or bad. So the Lord is constantly watching to see what you're gonna do, man. And like I said, He's the one to be feared in that day, man, not Esau, because the Lord can take care of you. All right, Esau, Esau, he doesn't give a damn about you, man. Cause all right, say he puts that chip in front of you and threatens to, whether it's to kill your family or to, take everything from you or whatever the situation may be, man. As soon as if you bend and take that chip, he could just as easily still double cross you, man. I mean, we've seen him do that constantly throughout history. But at the end of the day, the main thing that matters is the Lord told us not to follow after what Esau he wants, man. Don't take the chip. Never trust thine enemy. He gave us everything that we need to know as far as how to handle those situations, man. And the main thing just being fear the Lord and keep His commandments, man. Remember the Lord, man. Acknowledge Him in all your ways, man. Seek His face, because He's the one that you should be fearing, not no damn man. All right. Isaiah 8:13. Sanctify the Lord of hosts Himself, and let Him be your fear. Let Him be your dread. Yeah, casting all your burdens unto Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Like, when the situation is dire, cry unto the Lord and allow Him to deliver you, man. All right? Because the Lord will deliver those that fear Him, man. All right? Why? Because He's the one that has moving all the chess pieces, man. This whole life is a game of chess that the Lord is maneuvering to checkmate Esau, to checkmate the wicked. All right? But the ones that are following, his ways, the ones that are fearing Him, He's gonna guide and protect them, man. All right. This is Psalms 47:2. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. So knowing that the Most High is terrible, you should be fearing Yahweh Shem Shai in everything that you do, because the Lord can put the most terrible judgment upon you, man. All right. The Lord knows your most inner, deepest fear that you don't even know. All right. He can put you in a way that, you know, if you are to die, man, it's going to be the most gruesome, horrific way, man. But also, the Lord, He's terrible unto the heathen. So just as bad as He can f you up, He can f them up, man. You know, you could be on the run from soldiers, and He could have an angel or some wild animal, come in and totally destroy your pursuers, man, or have it's so many situations that the Lord can have happen, man. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta have that faith. The Lord's gonna take care of you in that day, man. Okay, because it says that He is a great King over all earth. The Lord is the one that controls what goes on in this earth, man. He's the one that controls what happens to people, whether they live or die. You know, all that. So, like I said, who should you fear more? Because, like I said, man, you have no true power here. Though you may prolong your judgment still gonna go. It's still gonna go out. Whether it's a good judgment or a bad judgment, it's still gonna go out at the end of the day, man. So, hey, me for one, I'd rather just let the Lord do what He gonna do, man. And I'd rather see what the Lord has planned for me, man. You know, because at the end of the day, man, your faith is what's gonna determine if you make it or not, man. All right, and for the ones that don't have any faith, this is to you. Sirach 2:12. Woe be to the to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinners that go of two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? So this is the Lord coming directly at you, non-believers, you weak, faint-hearted people, you people that want to make haste when things get bad on you, and try to take matters into your own hands. The Lord said, "Woe unto you," which we know woe means death and destruction. Because the Lord will visit you. All right. But to those that fear the Lord said this: They that fear the Lord will not disobey His word, and they that love Him will keep His ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law, right? And that goes into suffering for righteousness' sake, man. All right, because though it doesn't feel good at the moment, all right, you will be rewarded for that, man. And an ultimate reminder of going through that suffering is when you think back on what Yahushua had to go through, man. What the different prophets and apostles and elders went through, you know. Hey, although all these great examples that are put before us, man, are motivated to help keep us on that path to pretty much stay on course, man, and do what we gotta do to be found worthy in the Lord's eyes, man, so that we don't rear off the path of the straight gate and get weak and pretty much end up destroying ourselves trying to save ourselves, man. All right. Continuing on, verse 17. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. Yeah. Get always keeping your mind on the prize, man. Saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. So at the end of the day, man, we're not falling into the hands of men because we know that Yahweh Shem Shai is the one that's controlling everything, man. So though it looks like, we are falling into the hands of men, ultimately we are in the hands of Yahweh Shem Shai. So just as much as he can use those devils or whoever it is, the enemies of that come upon us, that mercy can also be shown, and the Lord deliver you out of the hand of those people, man. So ultimately, man, you gotta look at the bigger picture and see who is more to be feared, Yahweh Shem Shah or man. All right, and like I said, man, don't get caught up in the fact that it looks dire for my situation. Because at the end of the day, like I said in the past lesson, if you haven't watched it, go watch it on my page. But hey, it says that hey, the Lord thrives in situations of impossibility, man, because he'll wait until the situation looks impossible, and that's when he goes and shows his true power. All right, so don't get faint-hearted, man. Don't lose the faith. Stay strong in the faith, man. All right, scriptures tell you that if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. So hey, this is the time to be building your faith up, man. Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the strength of salvation. And matter of fact, let me get it. This is the book of Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. All right? The wisdom and knowledge are going to be the stability of thy times. Having this wisdom and knowledge will keep you stable in these end times. It said, and the strength of salvation. It says the fear of the Lord is his treasure. The fear of the Lord is your treasure because through the fear of the Lord, everything else will fall into place. Because you can't have wisdom and knowledge and understanding without the fear of the Lord. So the fear of the Lord is your treasure because not everybody has this treasure, has this wisdom to know this is how we get through these times, man. Is the fear of the Lord and allow him to do what he's gonna do, man. All right. So with that, I pretty much said all I wanted to say. I pray this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kwakwadash. Double honors to my apostle elders, the great most on the time of his truth, and that rule well. The peace